my God.
Here.
We are in Aiken, South Carolina.
Take a look at it.
And we're checking out this huge property.
All right, so we are here. We traveled two different states in the last how many days? 4 days?
Yep.
And I felt like we traveled like all different states because I drove around so much, but what are you thinking so far?
Oh my gosh. We went to Kentucky.
Well, I guess just tell them.
We went to Kentucky and wow. It was crazy. We also went to Aiken, South Carolina. So we stopped in Aiken and then we stopped in Lexington, Kentucky, and so much to think about. We saw some really awesome properties, and I don't know, one of these might be the...
I think every property was so nice in its own way. Like every single one had its own difference of why it's better than the other, or why you looked at every single house in Kentucky and you're just like, wow, this is where horses live. You know what I mean? Like, that's all you're gonna say about Kentucky, this is where they live.
It's horse heaven, heaven. Like,
so
our first stop is in Aiken, South Carolina. So let's see this Aiken property.
So I think Aiken's a beautiful property. I think it's a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own something like this.
All right, so I see like a round pen here. You have turnouts here. You have a hot walker here. And then there's stables, house, stables, indoor tractor thing, and then you have like this racetrack. And then in the middle is a polo field. So here's the dressage arena right there.
2, 3 of them, right?
Well, they have like a grass patch, but you can't consider that an arena.
Here's an indoor.
Here's the indoor. Indoor looks nice. That's a nice size indoor too.
That's good size.
That's like,
very California indoor.
that's the kind of indoor I want. Or I should say covered. It's not an indoor, it's just a covered. And then over here is stables too. Oh, and that's nice. There's like a pond in the racetrack thing. The breezeway.
Development that's gone on, the planning, I mean, it is huge. It is by no means a small property.
You can own a racetrack. There's
Polo
literally
field.
a racetrack, a polo field, a covered arena, 3 stables. They were racehorse stables though, so they weren't like the nicest stables.
They were really nice though in its time, really nice.
I'm sure in its time they looked great. 30 acres.
Was it more than 30?
No, it was 30.
Oh, 30 acres.
And a racetrack.
We just looked at an investment opportunity. We were just like, this is great, but this isn't for us.
Well, I'm really sad to say that Aiken wasn't our favorite place we've ever been to.
Yeah.
And if we liked Aiken, I think this property would have been perfect for us.
Yeah.
But location is a big deal for us, and that location, Aiken, was beautiful and it was really cute and quaint, but it's not as poppin' as we'd like it to be. So we're gonna have to pass on the Aiken property.
And as you guys know, we're doing a lot more development in other areas. So like we're looking at these, we're not just looking at the horse properties, we're also looking at the potential of the cities. We're looking at the potential growth.
Can I get potential house flipping? Maybe on this channel, maybe you guys will see some house flipping, I don't know.
House flipping, business flipping, all kinds of stuff. So we've been told by a bunch of people all the time that Lexington, Kentucky is horse heaven. So we finally got the courage to drive over to Lexington. How long did it take us?
Took us
6 hours?
Yeah, 6 hours from Aiken. My viewpoints on Kentucky always was like, what's in Kentucky? Like, ew.
Until you got there, what happened?
You don't want to live in
And then what
Kentucky.
happened?
And I went to Lexington and I saw these beautiful rolling hills. There's so many different horse people out there. There's a Kentucky Horse Park that has huge shows, not just race horses, but like jumping shows and all types of shows, like barrel racing, like everything. It was insane. I was mind blown. And Lexington, the city itself, was so cute.
Yeah, I think it was awesome. And I also think, to add what Nicole's saying, I also think that like the synergistic movement around just having a horse was awesome, because every single thing, walks of all life, any types of discipline, you name it, just even people just having horses at a foals, you know, breeding was insane to see. We've never seen that.
So many babies.
I mean, that was awesome. And the potential in Lexington to do a lot of things that we're doing in the future right now, huge.
All right, camera died, couldn't find another battery, so we're like an hour later. Anyways.
Where we leave off?
Kentucky. Okay, so now we're in Kentucky, and oh my gosh, we're loving it. We definitely want to check out some properties out here, so we look at a total of 4 properties out here.
I think it was 3.
4. And you guys are gonna see them all.
4 properties, oh my God.
All right, so the first property we looked at had 10 stalls and 30 acres. It had 3 different living arrangements on it. No arena, which kind of, you know, it's an easy fix.
But it did have income right away from 3 different sources, and it was in a great location. I mean, the location was close to, in proximity to the horse park, very, very close.
Really good location. You know, it was a cute house. We liked it. It was really cute.
Yeah, it was really nice. Everything about it was really nice. So the second property in Kentucky was this one. We call this one Texas because, I don't know, just because it reminds us of Texas, of the inside. But as you can see, this property was 2 giant large barns, 38 stalls, outdoor arena, ton of pasture to grow, and more for our animal sanctuary / business. What else did it have that you like?
It had this really cute house apartment thing. It was attached to the barn, so you kind of walk up these steps or the stairs and you get to the apartment. We didn't record any of the living quarters on any of these houses just for like privacy issues.
We would need to do some arena work. We would need to do some work, again, not just turnkey, but a turnkey enough to move in and, you know, start our whole little business. And great location as well. A little bit far, but great
the location wasn't my absolute favorite.
But surrounded by great investments.
Yeah, you have great properties around you.
The third property was definitely Nicole's expectations. I think it met everything on the list that we wanted, but it was lacking a couple of things. One, I think from business people and being confident as business people, I think it would be easy to fill. I think this has a ton of potential of growth. I think, geez, we could be like the next equestrian center of this whole area. But truth be told, this is in a lot of places in Lexington. A lot of places have this kind of stuff. Very big fancy barns. But we could create that big, huge fancy barn here, and this was definitely an opportunity. But as we kept going along and running through it, we found more and more and more that, I mean, Bill's just gonna pile up. This one's gonna be... I
think it's just a little bit too big for what we want.
That's a 300 by something arena. It's huge.
This was the biggest indoor arena I think I've ever seen.
It was huge.
And it's awesome maybe for our second property if we ever want to get a second one, but I think it's just a little bit too much for us. And
I mean, we could, again, when she says that we would take it on, but we just don't know what the profit margins are. Like, just to do the GGT footing, that arena probably costs $120,000. Like, it's huge. That arena's huge.
It's like the bigger you get, the more money you spend. Yeah. Just like never ending, you know, hole in your pocket. I don't want something that large yet, but maybe in the future.
Privately for us in the future, and to have our own, you know, equestrian team, if we want to do that later on in our life, that's really cool. That's kind of what that is. That's more bragging rights to own that.
You have like an Olympic team flying and just train in that facility.
But there was a lot of potential, I will say, in services there though, because they had like a session stand, it had like a judge tower.
Oh, you could do shows.
You know, you could do shows, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but I'm not interested in doing shows right now, so.
Yeah, so the fourth property was which?
The fourth property was the most unique.
That's Nicole, that was Nicole.
I'm trying not to.
It was so unique, and it was I guess it was situated too in a really good area, but it was situated also in an area that was near an HOA, which we weren't too happy about, as you guys know about our HOA in the past and our experiences.
We're very weary about being near or in HOAs.
But I will say, it does have a lot of potential, but it needs a lot of work.
So this property was unique and different. It had a breezeway for racehorses, like to breezeway, but it was inside, so it went around the whole. I didn't really record that too much, but it was just like very
huge. It was huge.
It was big. It was beautiful. The acreage. This one was probably the smallest property out of acres that we looked at.
Yep. Very masculine inside. I think that it could be super pretty if it was redone. But again, you know, all in all, investment wise, I don't know. I mean, it needs some stuff. But again, super pretty, super great location, convenient to everything. Right down, like, was it like 10 minutes to Lexington?
Oh
like
yeah, you're like 9 minutes to like the city.
Like the city. If you guys don't know about the Kentucky Horse Park, that's kind of what we look for in our due diligence. We're trying to draw the crowd from the Kentucky Horse Park that comes seasonally there. So that's one thing that's big on our list. But I will say, every single piece of land that I saw there was just intense. It was heaven. I mean, horses would go there and cows would go there and be like, yes.
We basically liked every single property we looked at in Lexington.
It's not cheap. Basically, Lexington you would think would be cheap, and it's not cheap. I mean, it's definitely, it can get up there really quick. But again, with that acreage, the opportunity you have to do anything you want. Like, I mean, you can create anything. I mean, you could put a spaceship out there, you know, whatever you want, like, in people who come visit. Like, it's so much land. So with that being said, I think we, you know, should tell them what decision we're gonna make.
Well, you guys are gonna have to make the decision for us in the comments down below. Should we look at again house number 1, 2, 3, or 4? What was your guys' favorite? I would love to know. Again, we are still in the decision mode. We don't want to rush anything. We want to take our time, really smell the flowers and roses, and make sure that we're making the correct and right decision for us.
And these ones have gone drastically up. These ones are drastically more expensive than the East Coast properties. So this is now more of an investment for us, but we are excited. We will tell you our conclusions to what we think in the next video, but we want to hear yours down below. We really want to see what you guys think of these ones versus the East Coast. So tell us, East Coast versus this. Just say Kentucky.
They're
East
so
Coast.
different.
Where would you be?
They're so different. They're different.
All right, guys. Well,
we love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, you want to stay tuned and follow our story and our journey, hit that subscribe button right now. And we love you guys so much. See you guys in our next video. Bye.
Peace.
We just saw 3 houses.
I'm tired.
4 houses. We just saw 4 houses.
Oh my god, guys, this is hard. It's getting harder and harder. We thought at first it was hard. It is so hard, but in the good way. They're so nice. They're all so nice.
We saw 3 today that we really like, and
might buy all 3.
They're all different in very different ways. And one of the ways, I mean, they're just so different. We're gonna have to sit down, talk, think, do research, lighting,
and present it to you guys.
There's so much to think about. Oh my god.
So much. There's so much to think about. We have a lot of thinking to do.
Woo! To the Walmart parking lot! Honestly, the first thing I'm thinking about is getting a vacuum, like a mini vacuum, because Guppy is shedding everywhere. He was supposed to get groomed the day we left, and I couldn't get him groomed because we left, and basically he's a hairy monster, putting hair on everything, in our drinks, everything. And also, we came back to a giant poo on the floor after we looked at a house. It was the giantest poo, and it was wet. It was terrible. But we really like Kentucky. I never thought I would say that.
Can I,
Kyle J waiting at Texas Roadhouse for our food because the pandemic happened again. Or whatever it is, the shutdown happened. So we have to wait. Hi. 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 I do have been an accident. I hope the person is okay, but of course,
Oh my God, here they
we're
are.
like straight up stuck right now.
And now the bigger tanks are coming like that was little.
What is that? Is that an accident? Oh, it's not for us, puppy. We're good. Dad's a good driver. Just stay still, you're fine.
What's that noise? What's that? Is that a cop? Fire chief, right?
It's okay.
Right. Those are so.
This makes me regret going to the gas station. We could have missed this. Oh, you're so strong. Oh, you guys are such good puppies.
People pull over. Oh God, here they come on the other side now too, to come around.
What happened? Cops. And now the cops. So it's right down there. The accident. I never heard that. What is that noise?
That's a broken siren.
Is it a broken siren?
That's weird because the ones in Boston is like.
We're almost there. The dogs are such angels. They're so good. That is something, and that's something. I don't know what it's called. I'm tired. Wait, what's that then?
Monument,
That's the monument?
no, what? The Washington Monument